hiring tests for accounting roles frequently incorporate time-bound challenges to measure candidates' ability to work under pressure. Hi, this is Vadim from Online Training for Everyone, and in this video we'll solve 10 questions to get you prepared for the accounting hiring assessment test. The questions on the test always change, and what you will get might be different. But make sure to watch this video until the end and attempt all 10 questions yourself, as this practice prepares you for the variety of questions you might get, and also boosts your math and problem-solving skills, sharpens your mind, and keeps you energized and ready for challenges. Let's go ahead and get started. In this question, you are presented with reverse pyramid. First row in the pyramid has numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. See the pattern here? Second row has numbers 4, 6, and 8. Third row has numbers 12 and 16. And then comes the missing number, which you need to calculate and select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 30, choice B, 31, choice C, 32, and choice D, 33. When you have your answer ready, I'll walk you through the solution. Let's begin. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? I hope so, because the pattern here is extremely simple. I presented the values to you in the rows, but the numbers here are calculated from top to bottom, moving from left to right. Let's take a close look at the numbers 1, 2, and 4. 1 plus 2 plus the increment of 1 equals 4. And the reason for that is that each number in the row below is determined by adding the numbers directly above it along with the additional increment value. And as you might have guessed, for the calculations in the second row, the increment is plus 1. Let's look at another example. 2 plus 3 plus 1 equals 6. 3 plus 4 plus 1 equals 8. The only thing that changes for the second row is that the increments becomes 2. Let's look at the calculations. 4 plus 6 plus 2 equals 12. And 6 plus 8 plus 2 equals 16. And you know what time it is. It's the magic time to calculate the missing number. 12 plus 16 plus 3, which is new increment, equals 31. So the correct answer here is choice B, 31. Here's an amazingly cool question to help boost your analytical abilities. A mutual fund charges an annual management fee of $120 for a portfolio worth $10,000. It also offers 25% discount for portfolios worth $15,000 or more. Your goal is to calculate the annual management fee for the portfolio of $15,000. And your choices for the answers are choice A, $85, choice B, $100, choice C, $135, and choice D cannot be determined. Just like on the real test, your goal is to understand the question and lock in your answer before timer is up. Once you're ready, we'll reconnect on the other side and review it together. Let's go ahead and get started. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? I hope so, because the solution here is simple but not obvious, so let's solve it together. The best way to approach this types of question is to calculate management fee as a percentage. To do it, let's divide 120 by 10,000. If you go to original question, you will see that this is the only known fact. Annual management fee of $120 for a portfolio worth $10,000, which means that our non-discounted management fee is 1.2%. Now we are ready to solve this problem in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Calculate the fee for a $15,000 portfolio without a discount. 15,000 multiplied by 1.2% equals 180. In step 2, let's apply the 25% discount. 180 multiplied by 0.25 discount equals $45. And in step 3, let's subtract the discount from the initial fee. 180 minus 45 equals $135, which means that the final annual management fee for a $15,000 portfolio after the discount is $135. And the correct answer here is choice C, 135. A mutual fund charges an annual management fee of $100 for a portfolio worth $8,000, but offers a 20% discount for portfolios worth $12,000 or more. How much would the annual management fee be for a $12,000 portfolio? Your choices for the answers are choice A, $120, choice B, $96, choice C, $150, and choice D cannot be determined. After you've calculated your answer, post it in comments and I'll share my feedback. Enjoy solving this cool problem. In this question, you're presented with the chart, and you need to calculate the biggest reduction in spending between any two consecutive quarters. Your choices for the answers are choice A, 4, choice B, 10, choice C, 7, and choice D, 12. Review this question carefully, just like you would on a real test. Make sure you choose your answer before time runs out. And when you're done and your answer is ready, I'll walk you through the solution and we will compare our choices. Let's begin. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? To get to the correct answer together, let's start by understanding the chart and understanding the data. You're presented with what's called a bar chart. A bar chart shows as a separate bar spending for each quarter. Quarter 1, Quarter 2, Quarter 3, and Quarter 4. If you look closely, you will see that project spend, which is represented in the chart, is shown in thousands of dollars. For example, the Q1 spend is $43,000, Q2 spend is $47,000, Q3 is $35,000, and Q4 is $37,000. With these types of questions, you always need to remember the original goal, which is calculate the biggest reduction in spending between any two consecutive quarters. What's interesting here is that on top of the chart, there is information about annual spend difference. This annual spend difference comparing to previous year is plus 7%. Well, even though this information might be valuable for somebody else, it's irrelevant here. And the only reason it's on the chart is to confuse you. I truly hope you didn't select choice C, 7. To solve this problem, we need to calculate the differences between the quarters. Q1 to Q2 difference is 47 minus 43 and equals plus 4, which is increase and not reduction. Q2 to Q3 difference is calculated as 47 minus 35 and equal 12, which is reduction. And Quarter 3 to Quarter 4 difference is calculated as 37 minus 35 and equals plus 2, which is also increase. Based on all of this information, the biggest reduction in project spend is between Q2 and Q3 and amounts to $12,000. So the correct answer here is choice D, 12. Not sure about you, but to me this question feels like running a marathon. The first few miles are the hardest, but with each step you build the stamina to keep going. Make sure you stay strong and you will cross the finish line. You need to find the percentage of the number. What is the 2% of 300? What is the 40% of 90? What is 25% of 160? And 50% of 48? Your choices for the answer are choices A, B, C, and D. Make sure you carefully review the question just like you would in a real test. And lock in your answer before time runs out. Once you're done, I'll join you on the other side and we'll go over the solution together. Remember, we're running the marathon. Ready, set, go. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? Remember, we need to stay strong so you can cross the finish line. And did I forget to mention that we're doing it without the calculator? Well, let me equip you with all the tools necessary for you to succeed. We'll solve each problem one by one, starting with the simplest one. What is 50% of 48? Wouldn't it be half of 48? And what is half of 48? It's 48 divided by 2, which could be calculated in your mind and would equal 24. The second simplest one is 20% of 160. Always remember that 25% is nothing else than the quarter of a number. And what is quarter of 160? It's as simple as 160 divided by 4. And the result is 40. Let's move on to the next one. What is 40% of 90? To solve this problem, we need to drop 0 from both numbers. 40 multiplied by 90, after dropping the zeros, would be 4 multiplied by 9 and would be equal 36. And then the last one is 2% of 300. We solve it exactly the same way as the previous one. We need to drop 2 zeros and multiply the numbers. 2 doesn't have any zeros, but 300 has 2 zeros. So 2 multiplied by 300 would be converted to 2 multiplied by 3 and would equal 6. Now let's recap. 2% of 300 is 6. 40% of 90 is 36. 25% of 160 is 40. And 50% of 48 is 24. And the correct answer here is choice D, 6, 36, 40, and 24. Let's approach this question with curiosity, not fear, as another step toward your ultimate goal. Trust in your preparation and let your effort shine through. You're presented with the sequence of numbers, and you need to determine the missing number. The numbers in the sequence are 3, 7, 15, 31, and then comes the missing number, which you need to determine and calculate and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 61, choice B, 63, choice C, 65, and last but not least, choice D, 67. Here's the approach. Go at your own pace, just like you would do during the real test. And when you're finished, we'll review it together, and I'll walk you through the solution step by step. Time's up. Are you ready with your answer? I hope you are, since the pattern here in this question is extremely simple. To calculate the next number, you need to double the previous number and add 1. Let's look at the example. To get from 3 to 7, we need to double 3, which would equal to 6, and add 1, which would result in 7. To get from 7 to 15, we need to multiply 7 by 2 and add 1, and the result would be 15. To get from 15 to 31, we need to multiply 15 by 2 and add 1, and the end result would be 31. And guess what time it is now? It's time to calculate the missing number. To calculate the missing number, you need to multiply 31 by 2 and add 1 to the result, and the end result would be 63. But wait, since you came to online training for everyone to boost your knowledge, can you do me a favor? Can you calculate the next number and post it in comments? I'll give you my feedback, and also to encourage you to practice, I'll give you the answer to this question. The correct answer here is choice B, 63. Tackling this analogy is like opening a bag of chips. Looks full, but don't worry, you will get to the empty bottom soon enough. Keep crunching away. You're presented with the statement, full is to empty, as heavy is to, and then comes the missing word, which you need to determine and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, light, choice B, dense, choice C, weight, and last but not least, choice D, hard. Give yourself some time to eliminate incorrect choices, verify your answers, and let's reconnect on the other side, where your chips are gone, and you can see the empty bottom, and you're ready to reach beyond the ordinary and achieve greatness. Time's up. Are you ready with your answer? As you might have guessed, the first step in solving these types of challenges is to eliminate incorrect choices. For example, choice B, dense, is incorrect because it refers to how compact something is, and it is not an antonym to heavy. Choice C, weight, is incorrect because it is related to heavy, but does not fit the analogy structure of the opposites. Choice D, hard, is incorrect because it refers to texture or firmness, but it is not the opposite of heavy. As you might have correctly guessed, to answer this question, you need to find the relationship between the words, where a pair of the words is one of the opposites or antonyms. Full is the opposite of empty, just as heavy is the opposite of light. So the correct answer here is choice A, light. I have to admit, navigating through this question is like following GPS, which constantly says, recalculating. But hey, I keep telling myself I'm not lost. We have each other. I'm just taking a scenic route to the right answer. You're presented with the 3x3 matrix. Each cell in the matrix has numbers. In the first row, the numbers are 11, 17, and 28. In the second row, the numbers are 25, 33, and 46. And in the last, the third row, the numbers are 14, 16, and then comes the missing number, which you need to calculate and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 17. Choice B, 18. Choice C, 19. And last but not least, choice D, 21. Time's up. Are you ready with your answer? Typically, when you see a matrix, you need to determine how to do calculations with the numbers. In each case, you need to look at the numbers to see if you can recognize calculations between rows and columns. Sometimes, though, there's a caveat. There's a misleading pattern here in the first row. 11 plus 17 does equal 28, but this pattern does not continue. So the actual pattern here is that the middle row number is calculated as sum of top and bottom row numbers. Let's look at the example. Let's start with the first column. 11 plus 14 equals 25. In the second column, 17 plus 16 equals 33. So to calculate the missing number, the math would be 46 minus 28 equals 18. So the correct answer here is choice B, 18. You're presented with 3 circles. Each circle has 4 numbers inside. In the first circle, the numbers are 11, 88, 8, and then 19. In the second circle, the numbers are 23, 92, 4, and 27. And here comes the third circle. It has not 4, but only 2 numbers, and 2 other numbers you need to calculate. The numbers you see on the screen are 65 at 2 o'clock and 18 at 7 o'clock. And there are 2 missing numbers which you need to calculate and select out of 4 possible choices. Choice A, 18 and 13. Choice B, combination of 15 and 13. Choice C, combination of 18 and 65. And last but not least, choice D, combination of 5 and 13. Time's up. Are you ready with your answer? And I'm pretty sure you figured out that 11 plus 8 equals 19. Well, guess what? Very same trick could be applied to calculate the number 88. In fact, 11 multiplied by 8 equals 88. Let's verify our hypothesis with the second circle. 23 plus 4 equals 27. And 23 multiplied by 4 equals 92. And now is the magic time to calculate the missing number. Since you're smart, you probably will do the calculations which involve additions. Out of 4 possible choices, we need to find the combination that adds to 18. Why 18? Because 18 is the number at 7 o'clock, which is calculated through addition. And the only combination that matches this is 5 and 13. So the correct answer here is choice D, 5 and 13. 5 plus 13 equals 18, and 5 multiplied by 13 equals 65. When you tackle this question, imagine that you're like an artist transforming raw colors into a masterpiece. Each brushstroke of calculations turns fractions into vibrant percentages, painting your way to success. You're presented with 4 fractions: 3/4, 2/5, 10/25, and 7/50. You need to convert each fraction into percentages and select your answer out of 4 possible choices. Choices A, B, C, and D. Take a moment to gather your thoughts and carefully review the question, just like you would in a real test. Make sure you lock in the answer before time runs out. And once you're done, I'll join you on the other side and we'll go over the solution together. Let's go ahead and get started. Time's up. Do you have your answer ready? I hope so, because you would be amazed how easy it is to solve this question, especially considering that we will be doing it without the calculator. Let's start with 3/4. To solve it, we need to identify the factor that will make the denominator equal to 100. In our case, the denominator is 4. We need to multiply 4 by 25 to achieve 100, because 4 multiplied by 25 equals 100. And obviously, we would need to multiply both numerator on the top and denominator at the bottom by 25. So the new fraction would be 3 multiplied by 25 divided by 4 multiplied by 25, and would be equal 75 100ths. And guess what? The converted value of 3/4 would be equal exactly 75%. Let's look at the next fraction, 2/5. Can you guess what the factor would be here? You're right, it's exactly 20. 2 multiplied by 20 divided by 5 multiplied by 20 equals 40 100ths and equals 40%. What about 10 25th? Can you guess the common factor here? I think you're right, it's 4. 10 multiplied by 4 divided by 25 multiplied by 4 equals 40 100ths and equals 40%. What about 7/50ths? I think you've got it. The factor here is 2. 7 multiplied by 2 divided by 50 multiplied by 2 equals 14 100ths and equals 14%. With all the answers we've collected, if you look at the answer choices, you can quickly identify that the correct one here is choice A, 75, 40, 40, and 14%. But wait, are you ready for more? Especially now when you know how to solve these types of challenges. Try this question to see how you would do. You need to convert 4 fractions into percentages, and you need to do it without the calculator. The fractions are 1/4, 3/5, 11/25, and 9/50th. Your choices for the answers are choices A, B, C, and D. Once you've determined your answer, post it in comments and I'll give you my feedback. Good luck with this exciting challenge. It's hard to deny, but solving Bitcoin volatility problem is like telling a weather forecast to a goldfish. One day it's sunny, the next day it's stormy, and you hope they swim through the waves without getting too seasick. With that in mind, here's the problem for you to solve. Allcoin Capital Inc. incurred a loss of 20% by selling Bitcoin at $40,000. To get to a 20% profit instead, at what price should they sell the cryptocurrency? And you're presented with 4 possible choices. Choice A, $42,000. Choice B, $48,000. Choice C, $50,000. And last but not least, choice D, $60,000. Feel like you need a boost here? Well, you are not alone. I feel exactly the same way. Whether you're problem-solving pro or just exploring, I believe in your skills. Take your time, think creatively, and let's unravel this puzzle together. Your solution is just around the corner. Do you have your answer ready? Well, ready or not, here comes the solution. Let's dive into solving this question together. Contribute your own version of the solution in comments. Your unique insight might be just what we need to conquer this mystery. The answer here is absolutely not obvious, but we will solve this challenge in 2 steps. In step 1, we'll calculate original Bitcoin purchase price, and then in step 2, we'll calculate the price with 20% profit. We will define a variable X for original selling price. Based on this, we can build a formula. 0.8 multiplied by X equals $40,000. We can build this formula based on the fact that Altcoin Inc. sold Bitcoin at 20% loss. It's time to calculate X. X equals $40,000 divided by 0.8, and the end result of this is $50,000. This is the original selling price. Now it's time to define a 20% profit price. $50,000 multiplied by 1.2 equals $60,000. So the correct answer here is choice D, $60,000. Did answer surprise you? Please share your thoughts, ideas, and suggestions in comments. Are you ready for more? Especially now when you know how to solve these types of challenges. Try this question to see how you would do. You need to find the percentage of the number. What is 2% of 200? What is 30% of 60? What is 25% of 100? And what is 50% of 36? Make sure to calculate your answer and select it from choices A, B, C, and D. Post it in comments so I'll give you my feedback. Good luck with this intriguing challenge. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you for helping us to become one of the largest YouTube channels to help people become smarter, increase your IQ, and to pass any test. If the content of this video was helpful, please make sure to click the like button to help YouTube algorithm promote this video and help other people to find it faster. Giving us a like is also a way for you to tell us that you need more content like this, and when you tell us, we will deliver it for you in the future. For links to free and premium resources, please check the description and comments of this video. You can also go directly to our website, howtoanalyzedata.net, to download the materials related to this topic. I really appreciate your endorsement, support, and patronage of this channel. And thank you for considering to become a member and considering to subscribe. Please leave feedback, suggestions, or corrections in comments. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.